Hi everyone! Today we're going to be making flower canes, and as you can see here, I turned them into flower earrings. In my previous video, I showed y'all how to create textured leaf canes, where y'all learned how slicing your clay sheets can produce some intricate looking patterns. And we're going to continue that path with slicing and reassembling to create some cool effects as you can see here. So let's get started. Step number 1. Choose colors for 2 gradient bullseye canes. First, you want to grab 2 gradient bullseye canes, and here's a quick rundown on creating bullseye canes. Create 1 dark, 1 light, and 2 highlight colored clay sheets using the largest setting on your pasta machine. They should each be about 3.25 inch by 3 inch sheets. Slice each sheet diagonally and stack the same color on top of the other to create 1 thicker right triangle, then connect it with the highlight color to form a rectangle. Merge the pieces together by running it through the thickest setting of your pasta machine. Fold the sheet in half and continuously run through until blended. Then stretch the sheet, roll it up, and apply a border. If this was too quick, you can watch the full video on bullseye canes that I'll link in the cards at the very top, which explains everything and goes into details step by step. When your canes are completed, they should each be about 1.5 inches long with a diameter of about 0.75 inches. Step 2. Slice bullseye canes into quarters. Set the canes on their ends, then cut each gradient bullseye cane into quarters through the center. All the pieces will eventually be altered to construct a cane representing a single petal. Step number 3. Assemble quarters into a premature cane. Next, work on shaping each quarter into elongated teardrop shapes. Pinch each quarter until you get an elongated teardrop with the lighter end being the tapered point. Next, assemble the 4 darker teardrops with the lightest color facing inward in alternating rows against 3 of the lighter cane quarters to create what I'm calling a premature cane because it's not in its final form just yet. Now you must be wondering, what do we do with the stray piece? Don't worry, it will be put to good use. Step number 4. Turn premature cane into a mature cane. This stage, you should have 1 premature cane and 1 stray piece. Compress and apply cane reduction to reduce your cane to 3 inches long with your fingers. Next, cut the cane in half to get 2 identical canes. Take the 2 canes and reassemble them side by side with the stray teardrop piece that was set aside in the last step, bridging the 2 halves together, creating the mature cane petal. Step number 5. Compressing, shaping, and outlining the mature petal cane. After you assemble the cane in the previous step, you want to compress the layers of the cane inward to merge the layers and form a square shape. After that, you want to round the edges with your fingers. Then roll the cane on a clean clay safe surface to make it even more round. The next step would involve creating an outline or border around the petal. Take the dark colored clay and run it through the pasta machine. A medium thin to thin setting should be used for this sheet, depending on how bold you want the outline of the flower to be. Next, wrap the cane petal in the dark colored sheet. Step number 6. Reduction and flower assembly. In this section, we want to reduce the cane long enough to create components for each petal of the final flower cane. Apply cane reduction to reduce the mature petal cane to 8 inches long, using a series of pinching with your index fingers and thumb, tapping the sides, stretching, and rolling techniques. After you've reduced the cane, cut off the distorted end. Then cut the remaining cane into 6 equal sections so that you have 1 for each petal of your flower. At this point, my cane is about 7.5 inches long, so I divided each section to 1.25 inches long. To make this process easier, I used a tissue blade to make guide marks for cutting. The next step would be to morph each cane section into petal shapes. Pinch the lighter end until you get your teardrop shape. I like to start on one side, then halfway work on the other. And if the pinch ends aren't parallel, I move them so that they are aligned. Then you want to press the tapered end down against the work surface to slightly flatten it. It might look like a chunky air balloon at this point. Next, create a round cane for the core of the flower. You can choose a solid color or use a bullseye cane or some other design. This should be about 1/3 the size of the teardrops. After that, place the narrow end of the teardrops against the round center cane. I like to group 3 petals together, as you can see here, at the core, and then add the other petals one after the other. You might have a gap at the end, and if that's the case, you can widen the petals by flattening the end that's supposed to touch the core. After that, test it out again and you should eventually be able to close that gap. If you have the opposite problem where you can't fit all of the petals, then the core needs to be widened to give you more room. Step number 7, fuse components together. You should now have a flower cane with all the necessary components assembled together. Lightly compress the cane to compact it and fuse the components together. Now you have your completed flower cane! If you'd like to reduce your cane, you can employ a technique called cane packing with either translucent or background colored clay. Cane packing is a process that essentially packs the gaps in free-form shapes like this flower to turn it into a shape that can be easily reduced later, like a circle or a square. I will go more in depth into clay packing in future videos and link it in the cards at the top once it's uploaded, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching to the very end, and I want to say I really appreciate y'all's support, comments, and questions, so keep them coming. Stay inspired, and I'll see you guys next time.